So, yeah, you all stroll back into town, leaving the bandit leader out in the woods, stripped of mostly everything.
And
As
his
you
pants.
and Gonk proudly wears his ill-fitting pants. They're likely too small for him.
See, should we check the archery range? See if Elsie's are.
Yeah, why not? We've had a
Okay.
very productive day so far.
We should actually look, make sure there are any moles in the cider tavern and stuff like that while we're moving.
Yeah, so as you stroll back into town, the fair has descended into utter chaos. The cider stand is closed. There are moles everywhere. People are running and screaming, and it seems like whatever sort of influence Erdlin is having is getting worse and worse. Also, by the way, you in this time you could have short rested.
Okay,
Cool. Short
will
rest
do.
in. I'll use my arcane recovery. Alright, so Cassia is going to use kind of her new form powers and grab a flask of water and spill it all over a table. And then she's going to use the cantrip shape water. And gonna draw out the shapes of the fair that we're in.
Interesting. Okay.
And she's gonna like kind of put her head in the water and say, we've been here, we've been here, we've been here. Looking at the archery range and the candy shop, and so we kind of have like a small model that we can kind of look at. I guess is the point of it.
Okay.
Shaped in the form of water.
What are we gonna do about all these moles, though? I mean, people are screaming all over the place. I tried talking to them yesterday. It didn't work very well. I could try again, but I don't think they like me very much.
I don't think they'll like anybody.
The moles or the
Yes,
halfling?
the moles.
Okay.
Nanny Cowslip slash Soroli finds you as you come back into town among all the chaos, and she says, "Oh, dear, things have gotten very bad. This seems like Erdlin's doing."
Yeah, I think so. So what's going on exactly?
Well, I think we'll have to nail down our plan then, and end this once and for all.
Cassia looks at her little water-built Lego house and slaps it towards Nanny Cowslip. Well, then where do you think we should look? And then it all like reshapes into the form of the pudding fair. Here, here, and she just starts pointing her finger like random directions inside the modeled.
Well, I'm not sure what we're looking for, dear, but you said that this comes down to some sort of confrontation between me and Erdlin tonight, so we need to plan well and make sure that I will be successful in banishing him once and for all, and that we do not continue this loop.
Well, if you're going to be successful, I would definitely suggest that you maybe think of a way that you can prevent yourself from being turned to stone. Because that happened and it was not good. He seems pretty powerful.
Like maybe you should take some of your own beans and give yourself a extra little.
It's a good idea.
Or wait, I'm just thinking about this, says Cassia, being a rogue. What if you remember how Nanny Cowslip said if you take too many beans, like something terrible happens, right?
My mom told me too. That's truth.
So, and then this Erdlin fellow, he wants some of that pudding, right?
Yeah.
What if he put a whole bunch of those beans in his pudding and hand him a bowl?
That sounds like it could be really fun. I love that idea. Let's do it.
Well, but he's not allowed to have the pudding, though. We'll have to make up some fake pudding.
Well, we can do that. I can shape water.
And make it look
We
like
have
pudding?
beans. No, I can't make it look like pudding, but I can. Water is one of the ingredients, and I'm sure there's like material around here, like wheats, oats, and barley. They got to be making beer somewhere around here, right?
Yeah. I can create illusions, so maybe if you get the ingredients, maybe I can make it look like pudding.
That seems like a better plan right there, says Kath. Put a whole bunch of beans in some water. You make it look, well, Cassia thinks about this. He is of gnomish descent. Doesn't he know stuff about illusions? Don't like all gnomes know stuff about illusions?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm worried he might see through a magical illusion. Perhaps more just mundane trickery might be called for.
Cassia says, "I'm your girl."
Well, what happens if he eats some of the real pudding?
Oh, that's a question we never asked either.
Yeah, I'm curious about that.
Oh, well, my magic prevents him from eating the pudding.
But what would happen if he did, though?
Would it block him? Like his spoon would be deflected from the pudding in the bowl? Or
Well, it would.
what do you mean? Like he can't eat the pudding?
You
Says
mean
Cassia.
while my magic is preventing him, it just physically won't go in his mouth?
Just that pudding? Or all pudding? Or...
Just the special pudding made by the town.
Hey Gonk, can you make some pudding?
Good pudding. You have bananas in it.
It's true.
How about you eat some bananas and make us some pudding?
Now, what time of the day is it?
It was early when we started.
Yeah, at this point, it's afternoon.
I'm still in the plan of getting him some beans and somehow sneaking them into him somehow. If anybody else can elaborate, Cassia has all ears.
Well,
No, I definitely like that idea. Yes, I think my beans will do nicely. Of course, They won't affect him quite as they might affect mortals, but yes, it would possibly give him a very bad tummy ache, and would just give just enough time to get in there and get him banished.
He'd be really farty, and he'd be distracted. So I think we could do it. But where do we get the ingredients?
We need a bowl.
I'm sure we
Water.
can find a bowl, right? There's a potter. We could probably borrow a bowl from him.
What if we make our own pudding?
Out of what, though?
These are lush fields, right? You should know. Looking at Brina.
I mean, well, Brina does know a lot, but she's mostly
Well, these
just...
are your folk, right?
Yeah, but she mostly just reads about stuff in books. I don't know if she, like, really has experience with making pudding, but she could probably figure it out.
Well, technically, if we take their pudding and add beans to it, it's not really the right pudding anymore.
True.
But yes.
Oh, that's a interesting technicality. Yes.
And bananas. Maybe some bananas, too.
Yes, I believe that might actually work.
Cassia looks at Grog for bananas. Holds her hand out.
God says, I'll go get eel. They look like banana.
I don't know if eel pudding would be very tasty, though.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So we try to sneak and grab some of the pudding. What is that going to involve?
Well, yes, no one is allowed to have any pudding until the winner of Yondal's Luck is declared, and they get first taste. You'll have to sneak some.
Yeah. Cassia.
Although, of course, given the chaos currently, I actually don't think that'll be very hard.
I'm pretty good at being sneaky. I mean,
I'm
maybe... Yeah, maybe Cassia's better, but I can keep lookout if you want to try to sneak in there.
Yep. I just need a bowl, says Cassia.
We should borrow one from the potter, maybe. Melric, the potter really likes you, doesn't?
Well, he did the first day. After that, nothing was broken.
Could probably say some nice things and convince him to let us borrow a bowl. Maybe?
Oh, sure. I'll walk over there and see what or just buy one.
That's true. We could buy one. We have some money. I'll give you some money.
I got gold. Melric will head over to the pottery and buy one.
Abby will go with you. And while you're walking, he'll talk to you. Melric,
Abby?
we killed the bandits.
Technically, we killed the thugs and let the bandit live. But yes.
We killed the bandits because they were trying to save a bandit. And then we saved a bandit.
They kidnapped somebody to try to save a bandit who was injured when they were fighting somebody else.
We saved a bandit.
Not killing somebody isn't exactly saving. Say, I notice you're fighting. You look like you could land a good punch, but that armor seems to be getting in your way. Why are you wearing?
armor for safety. Big dwarves wear armor. Big dwarves are strong.
True.
When Abby
But you're
escaped,
not.
Abby took big armor.
Well, you may want to see if instead of Abby trying to pretend to be a strong dwarf, maybe Abby should be Abby and find out what works best for him.
So Abby's going to take out a dart and expose his arm and poke his arm with the dart and show you that blood comes out.
Oh.
And say like, ow, hurts. And then poke the male and show you that it doesn't hurt. Or poke the helmet and show that it doesn't hurt. See?
He makes me
Well-
so sad.
Melrick takes a dart and says, "Okay, I'm going to try to poke this dart in your arm, and you try to move so that I don't hit it."
Abby holds his axe like he's about to be attacked.
Nope, you focus on not being hit by the dart. And Melrick, like at half speed, kind of like slowly puts it towards his arm. But he won't hit it if Abby doesn't move his arm.
He bonus action disengages and runs away and hides under a table.
I'm so sad for
No.
him.
Melrick claps. Excellent job, Abby.
Half speed here, both of these are like 10 foot. Like this is slow mo going up.
Melrick says, "Okay, Abby, let's go get the bowl."
Talking about bull.
Does Cassia go back to the herbalist?
Avi, come out. Says
Yeah,
Cassia.
I'll go with him to get the bull. Yeah.
As you approach the potter's tent, you find that he is not there, as again there are moles everywhere, everyone's scattered. His wares are still there, and the kiln is knocked over and cracked again.
Oh no.
But the moles are still running around.
Yeah.
Are there any chance that our bowl or some kind of container unit would be there without?
Yeah, his wares are still there.
But there's no moles jumping out of them, right? Because
No.
that's what happened last time.
No, there's
Container had moles.
yeah, there no, well that was at the cider place. Yeah, no, there's no bowl there's no moles in the bowls, but yeah, there's moles all around, which has caused everyone to scatter.
And he makes a rhyme.
Melrick grabs a bowl and puts 3 gold pieces on the table where it was, just kind of like, behind where the shopkeep would normally.
Yeah. So you leave payment.
Cassia walks right behind him and grabs those 3 pieces, and Shalonli just walks.
Would Melrick notice that with a passive perception of 17?
Probably.
Hold on, let me roll my sleight of hand. Actually, I don't have any, so yeah, you would have come.
Melrick turns to Cassia. Put it back.
Put what back? She says.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
sure.
all right. And then she just slaps 3 gold coins on the table and walks away from. Still,
Melrick?
I am.
See, Abby? That's stealing, and stealing is bad.
Oven is broken.
What does that mean?
The
kiln was broken?
the potter's kiln is broken again. Yeah.
Is it broken the exact same way it was before?
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, it fell off its mount, and it had the same weak spot that cracked. Yeah.
We'll fix that one later tonight.
Maybe you didn't fix it good.
All right. Well, Cassia will at least use some stealth. At least that's what she's got, and try to make it to the pudding tent. If anybody wants to come with me, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, I will. I'll also try to be kind of quiet, and I will stand outside and keep watch.
Melrick will hand Cassia the bowl and say, "I'm going to still look for Elsie. I'm not going to be much luck to stealthing around. That's not my thing."
Cassie is like halfway up the road, and before she figures out that she didn't have the bowl, so she has to walk back and grab it from. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's all right, thank you. All right, I'll be back.
The Melrick will swing over to the archery just to see if he sees Elsie.
You don't see Elsie there, nor much of anybody else, as again the place is all overrun with white moles.
Okay, then he'll wander off back to the. But not going inside, just staying outside of it.
All right, so Cassia, you try to sneak into the tent. People are pretty distracted by the whole fair being overrun, and normal activities have ceased. So make your stealth check as you sneak into the tent and try to grab some pudding.
I'm standing outside, watching the moles, and if a mole gets close enough to me, I want to try to catch it and put it in my cargo pants pocket.
And before Cassie goes in there, Melrick taps her on the shoulder and casts guidance.
Nice.
Okay.
So you're actually being helpful. I'm being probably less than helpful, but I do want to watch.
And then, if I remember correctly, I pointed an arrow, like the bowl of puddings on the left side of the tent. Is that correct? Because they have a little like tent thing where they're jumping over like tables and stuff and stuff like that. So, like the puddings on the left side, right?
Sure.
At least that's what I remember. Well, I like to go like left side, but in between the tent or the back side of the tent, and use my dagger and slice my way in a little bit, like cut it open, like you see in like an action movie or something.
Okay.
And,
yeah.
Move my way in and roll my stealth.
All right. Yeah. I try to roll stealth, see if anybody notices you doing this.
I would like to use my inspiration.
Okay.
You also have guidance.
Yeah.
So that's the D4.
Yeah.
So as you're doing that and you're keeping watch, Brina, a little mole goes scooting by you.
Okay.
You wanna try to snatch him up?
Heck yeah.
Make an athletics check.
Oh no. Okay.
As you go for him, he squirms and runs, and you start chasing after him, and you miss him and don't get a hold of him.
Oh, boo. Okay.
Your legs are too short and his are too fast.
Oh. I'm very discouraged.
And by the time you turn around from losing the mole, Cassia is out of the tent successfully snatching some of the pudding.
Oh hey, yeah, I was
Says
I've been watching the whole time, and I think you're good. I don't think anyone noticed. We should probably go.
Cassie's like pointing her hands up in there. Shh, God, you might as well just point your finger right at me.
I mean, I don't think anyone noticed.
All right. So Cassie is gonna start moving her way to the rest of the party and show them that she grabbed the pudding inside the bowl, and we need some beans.
Melrick, with his 2x speed, will run down to Nanny's tent and ask her for as many magic beans she thinks that. Telling her that Cassie has got the pudding.
Oh, yes, I think I still have a few left. Here, we'll stick them in, as many as we can in there, so that any bite that he might take, he'll get a whole mouthful of them.
All right. Probably go in, dump them in the bowl, and mix them.
Then should we like go out to the forest, try to find him where we found him last time, or we all think?
Well, what does she think?
Well,
Where
we
can
know
we
he's
find him?
gonna try for the pudding tonight, isn't he?
Yes. So how do we get him to eat this pudding?
I'm still down with the sign thing and the pig.
Well, he knows that he's unable to have some, which is why he's doing this. And how about we approach him with it, and I explain, or maybe you explain. Maybe it's best that he doesn't see me. I stay out of sight, and you tell him that you have explained the situation to me, and I have conceded and allowed him to have some pudding, and that that has been designated his own special pudding, and that he can have some.
Cassia rubs her brow a little bit. Well, since we're helping you, and somehow we got caught in this mess, how about we do the opposite? How about we hand you the pudding and let you deliver it to him and pretend like it is fair game, because we're not any part of this war, she says. This is between you and him, and we just want to stop reliving the day over and over again.
Yes, well, that is a possibility. But you see, we need him to be distracted so that I may cast my banishment ritual without him noticing.
I think maybe Abby would be really good at distracting him. Abby's pretty good at distracting.
I second that, says
everybody.
Cassie. Or Cassia. I second that already, like before he even brings it. I second that. Abby's been gone for a while, and he's crazy enough to do this.
Has the rest of the party caught up with us, or are they still?
I think Gong's still eating cheesecake and eels.
No, I mean, I think everyone's there.
Hey, Abby, do you think maybe you could distract him?
I can distract him, says Cassia.
Yeah, but
Abby
mean-
hefts his axe again, looks around like, who, where, what?
Cassie, I think you're maybe a different kind of distracting. But maybe we do multiple forms of distraction.
Are you sure? Have you looked at this figure, says Cassia.
Well,
I strip off my clothes and I distract the whole town, she says.
but we don't know if that's what he, maybe that you're not his type. I don't know. I think maybe doing something, well, not that wouldn't get attention. I mean, you're great. I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying that, maybe we should try something a little different, maybe. Like,
Well, I'm learning the arcana skills, looking at Brina. You know any cool spells that can cause a distraction like that? I could really learn from you.
I can make illusion. I
Can you
can
make it look like a big explosion?
maybe a little explosion.
Or even just a sound. We can draw them out.
Yeah, I could do that. And then maybe Obby's ready with his axe because he likes to, axe people.
Oh, you know what would be a great attack, says Cassia? If Gonk woke up and threw Obby.
That is true. I think we'd have to ask Obby if he was okay with that, though.
And Gonk would have to wake up.
What?
How do you feel about maybe throwing one of our smaller creatures?
Throwing
Okay.
Obby with a big hand axe. Or even handing him your, great axe and seeing what you can do with that.
I'll throw Obby. Pick him up like a javelin. You ready to fly, Obby?
It's up to you, Obby.
Okay.
It's only up to you if you feel like doing it.
Slaves don't fly.
You're not a slave anymore. You can decide if you want to be thrown.
I think Gonk threw him.
Gonk's halfway asleep. He just grabbed a rock off the ground and just threw it in the middle.
Oh no.
And Melrick, what do you say about this? Says Cassia.
I think we're overthinking this. I think if we just hand them
I
the
wasn't
pudding.
overthinking it. I thought about just throwing Obby. That's not overthinking it at all. Just throw somebody in. Let's attack.
Well, where would we be doing this in the fort?
That is where we saw him last. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think. Yeah. Maybe we should start with the tent.
Yeah. Well, we are in there. I still worry that Elsie's could be on his side. I think we want to make sure that he doesn't have any allies. So if we see her in the tent, maybe we should talk.
Or throw her. Maybe we should throw her.
Didn't he change forms a couple kind of days ago? Says Cat. He played Esper full. Maybe he is Elsie. Maybe that's why we can't find her. Is that he was her, and now he's not her. If that makes sense. Says Cat.
We saw them both there when they turned Nanny into.
Yeah, I think they were.
But there are spells that can mimic images, says Cassia. Looking at see,
Yeah.
I'm learning magic. I'm trying to learn magic.
Maybe. I mean, but I don't know. Maybe Melric's right. Maybe we are making it a little more complicated than it needs to be. Maybe we should start with just feeding it to him and see if that works.
Or we can distract him to us. Let's burn the whole place down and say this is the last bowl of porridge or pudding. Be like, here you go. You can have the last bowl.
See, Cassia, this is why.
That's the rogue side in me.
See, Cassia, this is why arcane magic isn't as good as divine magic. You may want.
Whoa.
Well, I'm still learning, says Cassia.
I don't do divine magic, and I have never purposefully set someone on fire. I just want you to know that.
I'm not saying set people on fire, but cause a threat to have him come towards us. Why should we go towards him? Let's draw him here instead of going after him. I'm saying if a fire gets started in a tent, then a fire gets started in a tent. You know what I'm saying?
Melric turns to Nanny. Do you have an idea of how you might be able to pull him? And please don't say he started a tent on fire.
I'm sorry. Pull him where? What?
Get him to come to us instead of us going to him.
I think, given what you've told me, he makes his way. He should make his way to the tent at some point. We've been discussing this so long. Everyone's cleared out of the fair, and it's going into the evening. I think this is our chance. Everyone's out of the way. We should wait for him in the tent.
I got a plan. Let's dump over the rest of the pudding, like on the floor, so he can't get the good pudding, and leave one bowl out. The one with the pills or the candies.
Well, it would be such a terrible waste of all that pudding, but I guess it's worth it.
Oh yeah, it'd be worth it. I'm tired of reliving the day over and over again, says Cassie.
Maybe we can just make more pudding.
Let's make our way to the tent and destroy all the pudding.
Okay.
So yeah, Cassie will go in, kick over the pudding, but she wants to do it where she doesn't get her feet wet and kind of sneak up in the rafters, and she's gonna have her rapier and dagger.
Well, it's a massive quote unquote pudding. I mean, it's not really so much a pudding. What it actually is basically like a gigantic fruit cake, essentially.
Cassie wants to kick it over.
Well, it's massive.
It's
like
solid,
so you
like in solid.
Yeah, so you'd have to like just hack it apart with axes and swords and just break it all apart and just destroy it.
Wrong, Abby. This is your job then.
What?
Smash.
They want
Kill.
to destroy the massive pudding / fruitcake, so that the only edible stuff left is what you have in the bowl.
What if we release the animals into the tent so that they lick it and poop on it, and then no one will want to eat it?
That's going a bit too far there.
Or, we could do that.
I'm just saying.
They might think they're raisins.
Yeah, maybe.
Is there anyone in the tent?
No, it's been cleared out. All the destruction and chaos wrought by the moles, as everyone's cleared out of the fair. The fair is ended for the evening.
All right. Well, Cassie is still gonna climb up in the rafters in the tent
If Erdlin eats pudding, the day is over.
Yes. Yes. We think so.
So we destroy pudding.
So
Yes.
we
We
have
already did.
we have other pudding in the bowl that we purchased, not stolen. So that's pudding heal.
Yeah, we better explain this to Abby before he
Yeah.
smashes it.
So we want we don't want day to be over.
No, we do want day to be over.
So Erdlin eat pudding.
Yes.
If we destroy pudding, Erdlin can't eat pudding.
We have more pudding. We have different pudding here. We want to destroy pudding in 10.
More specifically, the pudding not in the bowl, because the bowl's in.
Yes.
Because we paid for the bowl.
Yeah, yep. Correct. And we don't want to destroy something we paid for.
And that's the pudding in the bowl is the only pudding Erglin can eat.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Abby sits down, relaxed in a chair, like, sweet, everything's taken care of, man. We're good.
So Abby, do you want to maybe destroy the pudding? It's not in the.
Belwork says, "Hey, Abby, watch this." He takes his warhammer and he starts hitting the pudding.
What are you hitting?
The pudding.
The
Abby's
big
really
bowl.
confused because he's never seen weapons used against food this way. but he'll join in and start hand axing the pudding.
I can see Abby just like hand axing it and then like sticking his mouth up to it and trying to drink as much as he can. And then hand axing it again and then just like taking more drink.
Gonk, do you join in on destroying the pudding?
Gonk's gonna taste it first.
Okay. How does he feel about fruitcake?
No,
At least it's not biting his stomach.
Yeah.
Gonk doesn't like fruitcake, but his guy that played him likes fruitcake.
And we all like cheesecake.
Mm-hmm. I'll stab at it with my club.
So yeah, so you start just making a mess of the fruitcake-like pudding and just mashing it and smashing it and spreading it all over the ground and destroying it. And you do this for a little time while Cassia hides up in the rafters, and Soroli makes herself hidden as well.
Stealth checks or no?
Stealth checks? No, it's not necessary. And as you're, let's get Arabella out of here. As you're doing that, Erdlin
Uh-oh.
and Elsie appear in the doorway of the tent. He says, "Ah, what are you doing? This is just petty. I mean, look, I've finally cleared out the whole fair, and I've won. I am victorious, and you just go and destroy the whole thing. That's just sad."
We
Belwork
left you
says,
some in the bowl. We paid for it.
"You
What was that?
are the only one." So Abby was saying, you are the only one that's going to be able to eat the pudding. We saved some for you in the bowl.
Oh, so you've conceded, have you? I told you those moles would work, Elsie. Yep, you sure did. She kind of rolls her eyes. Okay, well, let's see. I guess I'll crown myself the Pudding King. And he goes and strolls over. And sits on the throne and grabs the crown and puts it on his head. And he says, "Pudding me!"
Who has the pudding?
Cassia.
No, I'm up in the rafters.
Oh, would you have handed it to one of us?
Yeah, probably. But I mean, if I have it, I mean, I can climb down. As soon as he says, "Hand me the pudding," Cassio will climb down the rafters and say, "Here, my liege," and present him with the bowl of. And actually, I got a bowl with mashed potatoes in it, so I'm actually acting it in front of my screen.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. Say, why don't you sit on my lap while I eat it?
Oh.
Your lap's too short, says Cassia.
Your loss.
Brina says, "Ugh," from behind the pudding.
Cassia says, I really wish I had some pudding. Can I have some? Just trying to play on it to make him or deceive him. I guess is the best way to say it.
No, I am the Pudding King. I'm on the throne. I am wearing the crown. I get first taste of pudding.
Can I please have some pudding?
No, this is my pudding. You lost. Deal with it.
Can I have seconds?
You're lucky that I'm really excited about this pudding right now. Otherwise, you set me up for a joke there, but I'm just going to ignore it. Now, leave me alone while I eat my pudding. He goes and dips his hand into the bowl and gets a big handful, and he stuffs it into his mouth.
And Melrick goes and stands kind of behind him, kind of to the side.
Avi looks at everyone nervously.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
me too.
good pudding. There's some sort of special extra fruit in there.
That's a white mole, says Cassia, and then runs off.
Very
Don't.
sweet.
Mm-hmm. It's sweet fruit. It's candied fruit.
You know what the best pudding is? He asks you all.
What's that?
Revenge pudding. And he takes another handful.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, yes sirree. I tell you, I'm the Pudding King. I won. This looks like that stupid Sorololi took off. She's ashamed of herself.
All that, from what we heard, you won. You're the Pudding King. What? Why else would she be here?
I farted in that pudding.
Avi's gonna point at his axe and then point at Erglin and then like look up at Melrick like, what should
Melrick tells Avi, "Nope, let him eat. He's a Pudding King."
Do you hear that?
Cassia looks at Gonk. This is the time to throw Obby. Gives him that kind of wink. Throw Obby.
Oh, yes, please. Entertainment. Throw the little rat.
Rat? Abby looks around on the ground for a rat.
Uh-oh.
Hey, big, dumb, and stupid. You gonna throw him or what?
I'll go over to Gonk and
He's
say,
asleep.
is he asleep? Gonk,
Yeah.
you can toss me, but don't do it too hard. Be nice.
Don picks her up and throws her.
She lands in the soft pudding. Yeah, all right. Now you, the other one, go in there and you fight. Yeah, you wrestle. You have to do what the king says.
Uh, I look at Abby.
And he just
Abby.
continues laughing. What is that? I don't feel good. What did you do to me? You poisoned me. You backstabbers. Elsie, kill him. Kill him, Elsie. He falls off the stool, writhing in pain as his stomach is hurting. And Elsie reluctantly pulls out her short sword and prepares for a fight. Everyone roll for initiative.
Heck no, I'm shooting her 5 times like in the archery range.
What happened there?
I shot her 5 times. I'm kidding.
Did I even... Oh, there I am, finally. Nope, that was you. What the heck?
Nope, Brina still has not rolled initiative.
I did, but...
Nice.
Okay.
So, I am still standing in the pudding.
Hold on a sec, not your turn.
Okay.
As he starts writhing around the pain. Get them, my minions! Ah! And something invisible attacks. Gonk. As it slashes him with his claws.
Is it a him or a her?
It's something invisible. I guess I should say they. And it deals 6 slashing damage, and in addition to that, 6 necrotic damage. As another
You could say Slim.
comes up on Melric and attacks him, but it doesn't pierce his armor, and then it's Brina's turn.
Oh gosh, okay. I am going to... What the heck am I gonna do? I don't like that it hit Gonk. How far away am I from Gonk right now if I'm standing in the pudding?
Not too far. What do you want to do?
Like within, I mean, 30 feet, or...
Yeah.
I don't know what I want to do. I'm gonna try to...
I mean, he couldn't throw you that far. He just threw you.
Okay. Gonna try to Thorn Whip in the direction of whatever hit him.
Okay, Skulk 1.
And try not to hit him. Do I have to do it with disadvantage?
It's invisible, so
Okay, got
it'll auto do stuff.
Got it. Ugh.
As you try to crack it with your thorn whip, you miss it since it is invisible. There's another one. Comes for Cassia, slashing her with its claws.
Shield.
Okay. Well, note that doesn't block because it still makes it an 18. That makes your AC an 18, and that's what it rolled.
Okay, so do I still expand the spell slot or no? How cool is it if it is?
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, it'll still work until it's your turn. Anything else tries to attack you, it'll still protect you.
Okay, cool.
But not for this one, as it then ends up dealing 5 slashing damage and an additional 12 a necrotic damage as Erdlin writhes on the ground. My tummy! And it is Gonk's turn.
I guess I go after Skulk once, and Skulk one went after me.
Okay, as you turn and swing at the invisible creature attacking you, you hit it.
Oh.
Deal 12 slashing damage to it.
Wow.
As Elsie says, why did it have to be this way? And she comes.
Are you sure you face that?
What was that?
Thing.
She walks up to Melric. Attempts to stab him with her short sword. Which hits. She deals 21 piercing damage, and then she stabs again. This is with the second stab, and it is Melric's turn.
Melric will turn to Elsie. This is a one you want to follow. You know he's eventually going to get bored with you. Stand up with us. And Melric will take a swing at her.
At Erdlin?
Yep.
Okay. As you swing, your warhammer just bounces off of him, as it seems such mundane weapons have no effect on a god.
But even though it's magic.
Yeah, it just I mean he's a god. Just swinging a hammer on him's not gonna do much to him.
All right. That.
As another skulk shows up, decides to come after Abi.
By shows up, you mean attacks invisibly?
Correct. Makes its presence known by attacking you. As it slashes at you and at Abi and hits him, dealing 5 slashing damage and an additional 4 necrotic damage to him, and it is Abi's turn. Abi hacks at the invisible creature with his hand axe, dealing 8 damage to it. And Soroli pops up from where she was hiding, and she begins doing her chant and ritual to banish Erdlin, as he is very much distracted on the ground. My tummy! And another skulk makes its presence known.
Sorry, I
And-
realized my audio wasn't working. I also wanted to do a flurry of blows.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Fine. Abi, in his heavy armor, attempts to hit him with his unarmed strikes. Successfully does so with 1, dealing an additional 6 bludgeoning damage to it. As another skulk slashes at Gonk. Hits him.
Get away from Gonk.
Dealing 11 slashing damage to him and an additional 11 necrotic damage to him. And it is Cassia's turn.
Cassia's always keeping her eye on Albie. And seeing that Albie struck something. But anyway, seeing that Albie struck something, she's gonna go run up to where it looks like Albie hit something and take a swing. And before that, she's gonna use bonus action second wind.
Okay.
So with rapier in tow, swinging that, it looks like it was Skulk 3.
Yep, as that hits.
Ooh, dropped to 20. Damn it. Alright. Sneak attack. And double
Wow.
ones. Yay. Ones all night. I'll be here tomorrow with one. Alright. After I do that, I'm going to move back, use my mobility. Whatever movement I have. Since I really can't see a map. So, move out of its range, call it my turn.
Okay. Skulk 1 continues attacking Gonk, slashing him with its claws and hitting.
Gonk get a turn?
Where is Gonk? Yeah, I thought he didn't he? Where did? No, he didn't. Did he?
Oh.
He's unconscious.
I thought yeah. It looks like
Yeah.
you attacked with your
He
battle
ate too much
axe.
cheesecake. He's fast asleep in the woods somewhere.
Yeah, you attacked with your battle axe and you dealt 12 damage to Skulk 1. Yeah.
Damn it.
But he's still unconscious.
No, it's just kicking his ass. So yeah, he drops to 0 hit points as it opens a gaping wound on him. Skulk 5 slashes at Melric and again scores a hit, dealing 5 slashing damage and an additional 4 necrotic damage, and it is Brina's turn.
Question: does Spirit Totem count? It's a power. Does it count as a regular spell?
No, it's not a spell. It's a
So I could do
Alright.
that and do a spell. Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do the same thing I did before because it looks like we could use some extra hit points. So I'm going to cast Bear Spirit again.
okay.
So I'm going to target everyone.
As Brina summons the bear spirit, which provides everyone with more fortitude.
Okay. And then, just because I don't trust Elsie, I think maybe she's not what she says she is. I'm gonna cast Moonbeam on her.
Ooh, that is epic.
And we'll see what happens. I
Nice
don't know.
try. I love it. I didn't even think about that.
So I put it on her, but nothing happens yet. And that's my turn.
Okay. As Skulk 4, who did I have him attack? Oh, that's right, after Cassie. Alright, so Skulk 4 continues to try to attack Cassia as it slashes at her. It hits again, dealing 5 slashing damage to her and an additional, ooh, wow, 12
Holy crap.
necrotic damage as Cassia's not doing very well. And Erdlin just continues writhing on the ground, clutching his tummy, completely distracted by everything, unaware of everything going on. And it is Gonk's turn.
Gonk. I gotta take out Skulk number 1. He's kicking my ass.
Gonk wildly swings his battle axe, trying to hit it.
I'm gonna do a precision on that one.
Okay. Oh yeah, you just got to roll a d8 now because you already rolled. Yep. So that that turns that miss into a hit.
Gonk.
As the Skulk takes an additional 7 slashing damage.
And then I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
Going after him again.
Cassia is on the ground looking at Gonk, trying to analyze what he's doing right now.
I'm gonna try to push this guy back.
Okay. And Gonk swings and takes out the Skulk.
And then Gonk for a second win. As his bonus action. Yes!
Nice.
Gonk doesn't have to make death saving throws.
Pass his turn.
All right. As Elsie then says, look around, dwarf. I'm on the winning side.
Oh, but she has to make a save.
Yep.
So,
As she is successful in doing so, but she's still going to take half damage.
And
And-
is she a shapeshifter of any way?
No.
Or any form?
Just ends up taking...
she's not?
She ends up just taking 1 radiant damage. And she says, what, dwarf? Is there anything you're not telling me? And she does not attack. That's her turn. Melric.
Alric looks at her, says, Erglin is going to get bored of you, and he's going to then destroy you. We are in a position to end this so the days stop repeating. So if this is no longer, if this day is going to be meaningful, do the right thing.
Make a persuasion check. With advantage. Also roll one more time. You see her thinking.
So would that be my action?
No. Words are not
Alright,
actions.
Okay. Is it Skulk 5 that's next to?
Yes.
Let's see. And is that the only one in melee range, and the rest are like
Within melee range of you, yeah.
all right?
As you swing at the skulk and miss.
And there's a yep. So here's a bonus action. Well, no, that's it. That'll be my turn.
Okay. As the Skulk 3 continues after Avi, slashing at him with its claws, hitting him, dealing another 5 slashing damage and 9 necrotic damage. As the Avi's armor seems to not be very effective against these skulks. And it is his turn. Dobby slashes at it with his hand axe. He misses it, swinging just in thin air, not hitting anything.
I'm going to disengage and hide behind Melrick.
Okay. As Abby gets away from the skulk, Sorolli continues chanting and waving her arms around, casting her incantation as you see a giant fist, a giant spectral fist coalescing around her, getting ready to reach out towards Erdlin. Skulk 2 then slashes at Gonk as he's got 2 on him. Ends up taking 7 slashing damage and an additional 6 necrotic damage as Gonk is taking on 2 skulks at a time, but fending them off very well so far. And it is Cassia's turn.
All right. Cassius, seeing that Gonk is taking on 2 skulks at the time, she is going to verbally and semantically, she's only got a rapier in one hand, so using one hand, she weaves her hand around and chants some words and throws a big old ball of green ooze, which is acid, and tries to hit both of them. Doing an acid splash.
Okay. So you shoot him at the 2 attacking Gonk.
Yeah. Which ones are those?
Skulk 2 and Skulk 5, or no, Skulk 2 and Skulk. Oh no, he killed the other Skulk. So it's sorry, yeah, that's right. He took one out. So Yeah, so actually, yeah, so I guess there aren't two skulks together.
I'll still just follow through then anyway, just to make it easier.
Okay.
So, doing the same thing, throwing a big old ball of green slime. Right. Actually, I don't have to do that now. There we go.
As it succeeds on its dex save, and the acid does not hit it. And Cassia is injured. Go ahead and make your death save.
Alrighty. And then also I'm gonna move into, or take some movement to get myself into a better position. Why did I have advantage on?
Because you have advantage on all saves.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Death saves are saves.
Cool. Alright, call it my turn.
Skulk 5 then continues attacking Melric, slashing at him with its claws and hitting, dealing 7 slashing damage and an additional 10 necrotic damage. As it is Brina's turn.
Can Brina easily get to Cassia? Because I'm not engaged with anyone right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run up and cast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay. As you give her, 5 points of healing. It's not, so she's no longer at 0. It's pretty helpful.
And I can't move my moonbeam because that's an action. So I'm gonna stay behind her.
Okay. As a Skulk 4 is to acquire a new target. He chooses Gonk. They choose Gonk, and it slashes at Gonk with its claws, but it misses, finally. Erdlin still on the ground, writhing in pain, not knowing what's coming for him, and it's Gonk's turn.
Well, Gonk's getting his ass kicked. So, which one is on Gonk right now? Skulk 2?
Skulk 2. Well, actually, yeah, Skulk 2 and Skulk 4 now.
Hey, how far away am I from Skulk 3? Or how close is he?
It's like 10 feet away, so you could do it with your.
Yep. Then I'll stick my swing at Skulk 3.
Okay.
We'll do a precision.
Okay, Gonk reaches for Skulk 3. Tries to make sure that he hits, and he does.
Oh.
And he takes that Skulk out. As Elsie considers Melric's words and looks around at what's happening, decides to stab the Skulk attacking Melric. As she does this, she pulls out a little handheld mirror, and she looks at it to get a sense of where the Skulk is, and she stabs at it.
Ooh.
But still, the difficulty of trying to use the mirror to find it and get it doesn't work with the first stab, and she tries again. Still is unable to get it, as it is Melric's turn.
Is Melric able to look in the mirror to see where the skull?
Yeah, so you see her doing this and try to look in her mirror. So yeah, so that'll give you. We'll just have you get advantage on it, so that'll undo the disadvantage.
All right.
You swing your warhammer. You're still not quite able to triangulate it with the mirror. And it is Abby's turn.
So Abby will also try and attack Skulk 5, because he is now kind of where Melrick is.
Okay. Backs at it with his hand axe. Is unable to score a hit.
All flurry of blows.
Okay. Kicks and punches, trying to hit it, and the weight of his armor is just too much, and he can't score a hit. As Sorolali's fist keeps forming, pushing out further towards Erdlin. Skulk 2 then slashes at Gonk.
Magic faster, candy lady.
Yeah, really.
Scores a hit, dealing 5 slashing damage and an additional 5 necrotic damage.
Oh no.
As again, Gonk is on the ropes. And it is Cassia's turn.
Alright, Cassia is gonna take the long way around like the scenic tour. Go up to Gonk and feed him a healing.
Okay.
That is my action. Move away in any way that I can't get up attacked and call.
Alright, Skulk 5 continues slashing at Melrick. Does, in fact, score a hit. Dealing 6 slashing damage and 5 necrotic damage as Melrick is also on the ropes, and it is Brina's turn.
Oh gosh. Brina is not sure what to do. I could restrain them, but then I would also end up restraining my friends, which I don't want to do. Oh, everybody's pretty hurt. Yeah, I yell at Sorolali to please hurry up. And let's see, Gonk's okay-ish. I'm gonna run over to Melrick and help him, I guess.
All right, as you lay a cure wounds onto Melrick.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I can't move my moonbeam, so I'm just gonna stand behind Melrick.
Right.
Isn't that a bonus action?
What's no, it's an action, which sucks.
Healing word is a bonus action.
I don't
Man,
have that one
moving.
equipped.
Moving the
yeah.
movie.
Skulk 4 slashes at Gonk again, but it misses. It is Gonk's turn.
Oh, I need to make a death save, right?
Nope, because you got healed
No, you're fine.
by a potion.
Gonk!
Suppository.
I mean, whatever, he's okay.
Whatever works.
2 and 4 on me, right?
Yep.
I guess I'll go after 2.
You swing and hit it.
Gonk! Should I actually should have went after 4, but that's all right. Oh, well, I'm gonna get my juice out right now.
Okay.
I'm trying to push it back. Or actually, I'll just trip it. Same dice.
And that takes the skulk out.
You tripped it to death.
Gone. And yeah, I guess that's in Gaunt's turn.
Okay. We'll see. Continues to attempt to help. Elric, attempting to use the mirror to triangulate where the skulk is, and she stabs at it, and she scores a hit. With Melric there, she does deal her sneak attack damage, and she takes the skulk down.
Whoa. Nice.
Then she comes
How does
over.
she know?
She has a mirror.
Oh, right.
Then she goes and tries to locate the skulk, trying to attack Gonk, and stabs at it. She hits again. This time just dealing 5 piercing damage to it. It is Melric's turn.
Melrick will follow her up to attack Skulk 2 and tell her, see, you did pick the winning. And can he look in her mirror as well?
Yep. Still, Melrick has trouble with it. Everything's backwards.
He's going to cast Healing Word on Gonk.
Okay. And it is Avi's turn. As Avi hacks at it with his hand axe, he scores a hit,
Whoa. Nice.
dealing 9 slashing damage to it, and takes it out. And with all of the threats gone, and Erdlin still writhing on the ground, my tummy, you see Elsie's fist finally coalesce and go into full force as
I use flurry of blows to hit Erdlin.
Abby goes running in. Okay.
Abby, you ass.
And tries to start hitting Erdlin as he's right next to him. As he finds trying to hit him is ineffective, he just has some sort of aura about him that makes Abby unable to damage him. And as the fist goes flying in, it envelops both Erdlin and Abby, and a flash of light.
Could Melrick try to grab Abby? Or actually, he's not next to her.
Yeah.
Never mind.
And just turn order. As the light flashes, everyone is blinded for a moment, and as the light subsides, both Abby and Erdlin are gone.
Uh-oh.
Melrick runs to Corellia. Can you pull Abby?
I was gonna move my moonbeam over onto Erdlin, but
I'm sorry. He got caught up in it. There was no stopping it at that point. He's gone.
gone where?
Well, hard to say, really. The spell was intended for Erdlin. Abby was not really included in the incantation. It's a little... could really be anywhere.
Alright, says Cassia. Well, let's move on.
Well, is there any way to find out where he
Why?
Um,
So he can come in and kill us, this guy? Never really trusted that little guy.
Maybe a god would know.
went? Yeah.
yes. Well, let me see if I can figure that out. And I will get back to you.
Well, we saved the day. Let's go get some cider, and I'm getting back on my ship. I'm going out to sea, and I don't know if I ever touch land again in my life, says Cass.
Malwork gives Elsie a hug. Says, "Thank you."
Yes.
Yeah, well, it was fun while it lasted.
We're very grateful.
It would have gotten boring for you.
And we are very fun.
Oh, wait.
Elsie.
Cassie goes up to Elsie and punches her in the mouth. That's just in case the day starts over again. You won't remember it. And then walks off into the sunset.
We gotta get Abby back.
Who?
She's leaving. She doesn't.
Well,
Well, let's see what Crayley comes back.
there you go. You were asking what the next adventure was. Maybe it's the search for Abby.
I love it.
Saving Private Obby.
That'll take like 5 seconds. Oh, Abby's gone. We're game over.
We gotta find him.
Well, I mean, Cassia might not be interested, but maybe someone
Not
else would
kidding.
be.
She acts tough, but she cares. She has a heart of gold or something.
I'm gonna go find that pig.
We Wow.
Well, I guess that's it.
Did Abby get a level up?
Wherever he is.
Yes, wherever he is, he has leveled up.
Hot damn!
Oh no. Are we still recording?
Yeah, I was just gonna kind of wrap up as Soroli says. Well, I guess that's it. Sorry about your friend. You know, these things are complicated. I hope
It's
maybe.
not that complicated.
Well, if we are to locate him, it's a bit complicated. Look, I'll give it my best, and maybe we can figure something out. And I hate when these things happen. Well, at least we're free of Erdlin, right? I think
pay 50 gold pieces if you don't find Abby, says Cassia.
Yes, I don't really have much use for gold, dear. I kind of tired. I need a rest. Maybe, I don't know, clean this up in the morning. Well, good night, as she kind of stumbles out of the tent off into the darkness.
Well, Cassia looks at the party. Seems like that was a fun adventure.
It was
Not
something.
not much gold to gain, but how about you guys like pretend that the day starts over all over again, and we just go steal everything?
Well, did the bandits ever have any money?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you ended up collecting some gold from them. Yeah,
no.
for sure.
Oh, we
See,
killed them, and
they
they're
were
not
bandits.
coming back. I know, but he was sad. We made him sad, and now I feel bad. And Abby's missing. Oh, This has been a terrible day.
Yeah, but at least it's
A.
At least what?
well, at least it's the day actually ends.
I'm just waiting for the Cher song to come on again.
Yeah, really. Well, this isn't exactly how I would have wanted this day to end. But I guess we stopped Erdlin.
We'll get Abby. Just we have to be patient.
Well, I wonder where the little guy is right now.
Maybe somewhere where they have better fitting armor.
Maybe. At least there's a bright side.
Maybe he's with his god and experiencing 72.
Whoa.
Hey, you know where I'm going with it.
Whoa. Wherever he is, I hope he's okay. I hope he finds some armor that fits. And, we'll find him. I'm sure we'll find him.
Yep, I agree.